Season's greetings, everyone. This video is a Christmas present from men's rights activist Theryn Meyer to me.
You may have seen President-elect Trump tweeting about his indignant distaste for the recent Alec Baldwin SNL impersonation of his reckless tweeting habits.
I heard about it, but I wasn't following it that closely, if I'm honest, because American politics kind of bores the hell out of me most of the time. It's kind of shoved in our faces.
Former PR director of American Atheists and self-described civil rights activist and transgender woman.
I start to get a sense of how anti-feminists must feel when they say the phrase feminism is eating itself.
Danielle Muscato chimed in with a Twitter rant gone viral. She went from 3,500 to 90,000 followers on Twitter.
Theryn's raging about this.
But what I want to talk about isn't her Twitter rant or her activism. Instead, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Pun intended, you'll see later.
I think Theryn is suggesting that Danielle Muscato might be fat. Not sure what it has to do with the rest of his commentary, but
none of the media coverage has addressed, and that everyone seems pretty much dead silent on.
Theryn might be getting upset about something which us TERFs get upset about quite regularly.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear that someone's transgender, I immediately want to see how they look and check out their transition and see where it's at.
People can dress how they want, as far as I'm concerned, as long as they don't lie about reality.
So let's have a look at Miss Danielle Muscato.
So this will be interesting.
Can't wait to see her. I like her last name, Muscato. Ooh, I like white wine. I like sweet white wine. That's so feminine. Ooh.
Theryn, are you alright there? You sound a bit like you're having a mental break.
Let's have a very warm welcome to Danielle.
Theryn is overcompensating because Danielle Muscato is representing the transgender community and making no effort to be feminine.
Sorry, what?
Flicking the hair and...
How is everybody doing?
Confused.
Qualified silliness.
You're Danielle. Oh, okay.
It's because he's so freaked out by what he said.
You can move closer if you'd like. I'm going to be giving some stuff away.
Actual classic.
And if you want it, it's easier for me to give it to you if you're up here.
Will it be your masculinity? Because that seems like it might be a good thing to give away.
But no. Transgender identity isn't about masculine and feminine stereotypes. It's so much more than that.
Sorry, choking on some cum.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Now, let's be fair, this clip is from a year ago. So let's check out her Twitter and see if there's been any progress since. Nope, still looks like that overly friendly uncle of mine that I have these vague suppressed childhood flashbacks of for reasons I cannot recall.
I really don't know what to say about that, but moving on.
Seriously, I feel like I'm living in an alternate universe when I see news outlets cover this story with text referring to this person as she.
Do you know what? That's exactly how I feel every time I see rapes that are committed by male transgender women and murders that are committed by male transgender women being reported as if they were committed by women. And I see those every day.
And then right next to it, a picture of this person with like a fully fledged astroturf of a neckbeard carpet.
This is what we were telling you would happen, and you refused to listen because you wanted your identity to be validated.
It's like, okay, cool prank internet, you can stop now, lolsies.
Here it is happening in front of you now, exposing your bullshit.
But no, apparently this is the world we live in, where women can look like Larry the Cable Guy's playing Bob in a live-action spin-off of Bob's Burgers.
The issue is not what Danielle Muscato looks like. The issue is that he's a bloke pretending to be a woman, just like you're a bloke pretending to be a woman. Where is the line? The line must be defined by biology because the rest of it is subjective, and that's where we go when we start blurring the lines between subjective reality and objective reality.
Danielle officially came out as transgender in a post she made on Pathos back in November of 2014.
Mate, you're reading far too much into this individual case of Danielle Muscato. I've come across hundreds of Danielle Muscato's along my travels, and I've done tens of videos on this subject. These guys are never ending. Just search them on the internet. See the ones that have replied to me if you want to laugh. Everywhere, mate. Everywhere.
And this is where I found the smoking gun.
Smoking gun. Blokes have been trying to get into female spaces for a long time. Women have been going on about this for ages. All you had to do was listen.
Is that a gun in your pocket, Mr. Officer, or are you just trigger happy to see me?
Yeah, I'm sure the bisexual, homosexual blokes that watch your channel and enjoy fetishizing you love all that shit, but... Exactly, bruv.
4 to 2 years later, and this person has obviously made zero efforts to transition.
I would ask my viewers to observe the narcissistic rage in Theryn's face.
Yet Danielle expects to be referred to as a woman, to be referred to as she and her, and apparently they're getting what they want.
Theryn can't bring himself to use male pronouns for Danielle.
It's almost always the case that when a trans person delays their commencement of their transition, it's because they're in a situation where they can't yet come out to their friends, family, co-workers.
I think in a majority of cases actually it's got a lot to do with money, but I get a vibe that Theryn doesn't really know much about struggling with money.
But in this case, this person has been out for the past 2 years and still hasn't started to transition.
Yeah, I think we've all established that Danielle Muscato is a troll. I don't think anyone with any sense doesn't recognise that.
And I mean, they're presenting as male on their Twitter, on TV, everywhere in the media, at schools, at their public appearances, at debates, at panel discussions. I mean, sure, transitioning can be a difficult and awkward process, especially in the beginning, but every trans person needs to start somewhere.
You're a man, accept it, deal with it. You're a feminine man, a beautiful man, a pretty man, whatever you want to be, but you're a man.
And it's the conscious effort that counts.
Do I look like I'm making any kind of conscious effort here?
It shows that you do in fact have the internal inclinations that compel you to manifest your female identity in the physical world.
What are you on about, mate? I don't make any effort to look female, and people still can tell I'm female.
In fact, this notion that gender identity and gender expression are completely disconnected and unrelated.
Well, thank you at least for admitting it, because the majority of trans activists lie about this.
Why then would the majority of trans people actually undergo hormone therapy and change their body size to represent the opposite sex?
I really hope that liberal feminists watch this video so that they can have a good hard look at themselves when they make the assertion that they are somehow breaking gender binaries.
I mean, the way by which I know that I am female,
distinguished biologically by the production of gametes that can be fertilized by male gametes. I don't think so, hon. You are not female.
the absolute joy and happiness that I experience when I notice that my boobs have grown, or that my face looks more feminine than it used to, or passing in public.
It's quite clear that transgender identity is the masculine and feminine stereotypes.
I do take it personally that I have to share the title of trans woman with this joke.
I take it personally that I'm asked to share the definition of female and woman with you. I wouldn't call you a joke, but you're a bloke.
It not only completely undermines the tragic transgender circumstance of having one's body be in conflict with one's sense of self,
The smallest violin is playing for this dude.
but it also makes a mockery of the effort and dedication that trans people have to put in to transform and overcome their physical reality.
This is a mockery of the effort and dedication us Londoners put in to overcoming physical reality and become white, said Africans.
It scares me that people are willing to betray with their words the obvious reality that they see in front of their eyes for the sake of political correctness.
The obvious reality is that I am a white South African because I have made all this effort.
The power of political correctness as a psychosocial phenomenon,
These politically correct bastards.
and as it manifests itself in the curious case of Danielle Muscato, truly scares me.
South African.
I'm gonna call out this leftist bullshit for what it is.
And I'm gonna call out your bullshit.
Call me a transphobic bigot all you want.
Here's the calling out bullshit in 2017.
Drag me to a human rights tribunal. I don't care. Suck my dick.
Never met a nice South African. No, he's never met a nice South African. And it's not bloody surprising me, 'cause we're a bunch of ignorant loudmouths with no sense of humour.
Smash that like button.